Welcome to a special edition of the Top 5 Cards from the Topps Industry Conference here in Atlanta, Georgia. And today we've got football cards, baseball cards, and basketball cards all on the rise. We're going to tell you which ones are going up the most now. Hello, sports card investors, and you are looking live at the Topps Industry Conference here in Atlanta. What a conference it has been. Lots of really incredible news coming out from Topps about new products that are coming out. Some really amazing stuff on the horizon. If you want to catch up with all of that news, go check out our Sports Card Investor Instagram and my It's Geoff Wilson Instagram, where we are putting some of that news out. And of course, we will be talking more about it here on the Sports Card Investor channel later this week. But today, we are here to talk about, you got it, the top 5 cards, because it's Top 5 Tuesday, and we have some hot cards to talk about right now. And of course, the Top 5 Tuesday is brought to you by Whatnot. Whatnot has awesome live auctions every day and night, starting at just $1 for packs, boxes, breaks, singles, and more. It's a lot of fun. And if you scan the QR code on your screen or use the special link in our show description below, you'll get $10 in free credit when you sign up for Whatnot. Okay, guys, as we do every week, we're starting the episode by taking a look at the overall sports card market by looking at the Market Pulse by Market Movers. Of course, we're going to look at the SCI 500 index of 500 of the most prominent sports cards. It is down a bit here, as you can see, down 0.8% over the last week. It's been a little bit of a cooling off period this last month. The market has come down a little bit more than 2% now, almost 2.5% over the last month. That's not great news, but overall, it's still been a strong year. We're still up on the year as a whole, almost 2%, which is good. Hopefully, as the basketball playoffs continue, we'll see some more of those cards start to pick up again and maybe give a little bounce to the market overall. But right now, let's talk about the cards that are going up and down the most. Let's get rolling with today's Top 5 cards. All right, guys, we're starting today with a cold card as we do every week. And wow, this week's cold card, this may be a record setter. It is Jackson Holliday. And the reason why this may be a record setter is he may have gone the quickest ever from being a hot card to a cold card, because it was just a couple of weeks ago that we were talking about how Jackson Holliday had gotten called up to the Major League Baseball level for the Baltimore Orioles. Holliday, of course, was a highly anticipated prospect. He had been doing great, actually, in the minor leagues. He gets called up for his Major League debut with the Orioles, a team with a lot of young superstars already, and people had very high expectations for Jackson Holliday. And on the news of him getting called up, of course, his cards were very hot in the market. But then there was a problem. When he got called up, guys, look at this. In 34 at-bats, he produced just 2 hits. That is a batting average of .059, and he struck out 18 times. He struck out 18 times in 34 at-bats. And so ultimately, the Orioles said, enough of this experience. Jackson Holliday, you are back down to the minor leagues. Well, guess what this did to his card prices? You know the answer. It is not good. So now we're taking a look here in Market Movers, and the cards that we're looking at of Jackson Holliday's are his 2022 Bowman draft cards. This is his Bowman draft, first Bowman draft card in PSA 10 edition. We're also going to look at the Chrome version, and then we're going to look at the auto card from 2022 Bowman draft as well. We're going to look at this in raw condition. We're going to look at it in PSA 10 as well. These are from Bowman Chrome, and then also PSA 9. But you can see it really doesn't matter if you have the auto or the non-auto, or if you have the Chrome or the paper version, or if you have a PSA 10 or a PSA 9 or a raw card. If you look on the graph, you can see they're all doing a very similar thing. And that very similar thing is moving down in price over the last couple of weeks since his performance hasn't been great. And looking at the details here in Market Movers, this is over the last 30 days. These cards are down in the market anywhere between about 12% and all the way up at 46%. It is his base paper card in PSA 10 condition that 30 days ago was selling for around $57 and most recently is selling for around $31. That's been a big drop from a percentage standpoint, but from an actual dollar standpoint, the ones that are dropping the most are, of course, his autos. How about the PSA 9 of his 2022 Bowman Draft Chrome auto card? The PSA 9 30 days ago was $569. Today it sits just at $385. That is a $184 drop on that card. Of course, the PSA 10's down as well. The Raw is down as well. All of these cards are down. It's, yeah, you can see on the graph, not been a great month for Jackson Holiday cards. But now let's talk about cards going up. And we start today with our investment card of the week. As we do every week, a card, often an older one, a vintage card that tends to make a better, safer, long-term investment if you're looking to put your money long-term into sports cards over a lot of the ultra-modern cards that we talk about elsewhere in the show. And today, our investment card of the week is none other than Danny Ainge. Yes, the basketball star. What you may not know about Danny Ainge, though, is that he actually was a baseball star as well. Danny Ainge played parts of 3 different seasons with the Toronto Blue Jays, mostly as a second baseman while he was in college. But of course, Danny Ainge is known for basketball. He was a 2-time NBA champion, got to the NBA All-Star game, I should say, in 1988. Won, by the way, the John Wooden Award for the most outstanding male college basketball player while he was in college. And then in the NBA, he played for 14 seasons with the Celtics, the Trailblazers, the Kings, and the Suns. But a lot of people know him for his career after his playing days when he spent 18 seasons as the general manager for the Boston Celtics and did a lot of really, really good things for the Celtics. Now he is the CEO of the Utah Jazz. Well, all of these accomplishments have led to a lot of people liking to buy Danny Ainge's rookie cards. Let's take a look here at Market Movers. So what we're looking at here is Ainge's 1986 Fleer base card. This is his rookie card from that iconic 1986 Fleer set. We're looking at this card in PSA 10 condition and PSA 9 condition. And on the graph, we're looking over the last 365 days on a percentage standpoint. You can see that both of these cards have risen in the market quite a bit. Unbelievably, the PSA 10 is up 393% over the course of the last 365 days. That is a lot. Now, of course, there was recently a sale of this card on PWCC that was a particularly high sale, outsold all other previous copies of this card in recent memory. So maybe a little bit of an outlier sale that caused it to go up that much. Most recently sold, by the way, for almost $1,600, where at the beginning of the year, it was selling for as little as $323 a year ago. But even without one outlier sale, maybe taken out of the equation, you can see it's still actually been on quite the upwards trajectory over the course of the last year. People love 1986 Fleer, and it's not just Danny Ainge that's hot. I brought up another screen here in Market Mover showing you some of the other well-known rookie cards from 1986 Fleer. Clyde Drexler, Charles Barkley, Michael Jordan, James Worthy, Spud Webb, Dominique Wilkins. Look at the green guys. Over the last year, all of these cards are up anywhere between about 6% and all the way up at 94% as well. I'm looking at all of these in PSA 10 condition as well. So there's a lot of hot 1986 Fleer cards right now. That iconic basketball set is doing big things in the sports card market. But now let's talk about some of the players playing today whose cards are red hot. And in the number 5 spot, it is Mookie Betts. What a season Mookie Betts is having. By the way, his 11th Major League Baseball season. Hard to think that he has been around the league for that long, but he's been great for many of those 11 seasons, including this season. He's currently hitting .387 for the Dodgers, along with 6 homers. The Dodgers, of course, are in first place in the National League West, and all of Mookie Betts' cards are starting to benefit as a result of his strong play and the Dodgers' strong play so far this season. Let's take a look here in Market Movers, and I brought up from 2014, I've got his Topps update card in PSA 10 condition up on the screen. I've also got, by the way, the red foil variation of that card in PSA 10 condition as well. And I've got from 2014, his first Bowman cards, his 2014 Bowman Chrome first card in PSA 10 and also in PSA 9 condition. If you look on the graph, you can see all of these are up over the last 30 days. In fact, they're all up anywhere between about 6% and all the way up at 44%. The PSA 10 of that 2014 Bowman Chrome Prospects card is up the most. 30 days ago, you could have picked that card up for $125. That most recently sold for $180. But don't sleep on the red foil from his 2014 Topps update either. 30 days ago, that card was $870. Today, it is $924. Really, probably doesn't matter which Mookie Betts card you have. Probably it's doing some pretty good things in the market this year with how hot he has been since the start of the season. Let's stick with baseball for the number 4 spot today, but let's go with a player a little bit younger, one of the featured athletes for Topps this year, Elly De La Cruz. He's having a nice season for the Reds. So many people excited about Elly De La Cruz chasing his rookie cards in Topps products this year. And Elly is doing his part to keep those rookie cards hot and relevant in the sports card market. So far this season, for the Reds, he is batting .281 with 7 home runs and 18 stolen bases. That's a pretty solid stolen base figure considering we're still very, very early in the season. Of course, there's a lot of things to like about Elly. He's broken a lot of records already. First of all, he's one of the tallest shortstops in Major League Baseball history at 6'5". Last year, in a game against my Atlanta Braves, unfortunately, he hit for the cycle. He became the youngest player to do that since 1972. He also became the first Reds player since 1919 last season to steal second, third, and home in the same inning. That hasn't happened, for a Reds player in over 100 years. He's also known as having one of the best arms in baseball, actually breaking StatCast records for the speed of his infield throws, and he's known as having one of the fastest sprint speeds in baseball. So there's a lot of reasons to like Elly De La Cruz. Another reason to like Elly De La Cruz is that his card prices continue to go up. Let's take a look here at Market Movers. I'm going to show you what I mean on the screen. This is his 2022 Bowman Chrome Prospects. Those are the cards we're looking at. This one in PSA 10 condition of that base Bowman Chrome Prospects card. I've also got the Mega Box Mojo Refractor version of that card in PSA 10. I've also got the Sapphire edition of that card in PSA 10. That's a pretty looking card. And then finally, from 2022, Bowman's Best. His Bowman's Best Top Prospects in PSA 10 condition. You can see from the graph all of these trending up in the sports card market over the last 30 days. All of these cards up anywhere between about 9% and about 85%. How about that Bowman's Best Topps Prospects card? 30 days ago, you could have picked it up for $27. You could have recently flipped it for around $50. So that card has almost doubled in the sports card market over the last 30 days. And the Sapphire edition of his 2022 Bowman card in PSA 10, that card was $120 just 30 days ago. Today it is $183. Very, very nice price movement upwards for Elly De La Cruz. We're going to go to football for the number 3 spot today, and you had to know that the NFL draft was going to have an effect on some players' card prices. And there is actually no player whose cards benefited more from the NFL draft than Drake May. Yes, Drake May saw a very, very nice bounce from the NFL draft. This was probably the Patriots effect, the future successor to Tom Brady effects. Well, actually, maybe he'll be playing now, so he might be an immediate successor to Tom Brady. And, some guys in between Tom Brady and him who maybe weren't so good, but I'm sure most Patriots fans are willing to forget the Mac Jones years and the Bailey Zappi years and whatever other years were wedged in there. But they're all excited right now about the Drake May years because the Drake May years are about to start. And for good reason. Drake May was the 2022 ACC Player of the Year at North Carolina, passing that season for over 4,300 yards and 38 touchdowns. Drake May likes to compare himself to Josh Allen. And Bill Belichick did come out recently and say, we'll see about that. So ex-coach Bill, not so sure if Drake May is ready to play at a Josh Allen caliber, but there are certainly some Patriots fans that are pretty excited they drafted him, and his cards are going up in the market as a result. What do you think about Drake May, by the way? You think this kid's going to get it done? Let me know in the comments what you think. But the market thinks he's going to get it done. Let's take a look here in Market Movers. I'll show you what I'm talking about. This is his 2023 Bowman Chrome University Prospects card. I've got that up in PSA 10. I've also got the refractor version of that card up in PSA 10 as well. And then I've got the auto version of the card in both PSA 10 condition and in raw condition. That's his first Bowman auto from 2023. Look at the price graph. You can see right there on the price graph what bounce he got from being selected by the Patriots in the NFL draft. That is pretty Pretty exciting to see. Over the last 30 days, all of these cards are up anywhere between 17% and 75% in the sports card market. It's that base Bowman Chrome and PSA 10 that was $25 30 days ago. Today, that card's selling for close to $44. The auto version in PSA 10 30 days ago was $183. Today, it is selling for around $241. Nice draft bump for Drake May. Let's go to the NBA for the number 2 card today. You know we had to do that. We had to get a little bit of basketball in this show with the NBA playoffs going on. And the number 2 card, man, this guy's cards have been hot for a while. It is Anthony Edwards. Get your brooms out, ladies and gentlemen. Get those brooms out. The Timberwolves look great. They swept Phoenix. Wow, what a sad story for Phoenix, but the Timberwolves looked every bit the part. And of course, Anthony Edwards was one of the big reasons why that happened, averaging 31 points per game in that series against the Suns, 8 rebounds per game, and over 6 assists per game against the Suns. Edward looked fantastic. His cards are doing fantastic in the sports card market as well. Let's take a look here in Market Movers. You can see what I'm talking about on the screen. We're looking at his 2020 Prism Base and Prism Base Silver. We're also looking at his 2020 Hoop Space. That card right there, a little more affordable of an Anthony Edwards rookie card, although not so affordable anymore with how his card prices have been going. Then how about his 2020 Optic Blue Velocity? And then how about his 2020 Prism Draft Picks Downtown, his Georgia Downtown? Here we are in Atlanta, so I figured this would be an appropriate one to pull up the little peach on the screen, a little Atlanta peach there for his time at the University of Georgia. Over the last 30 days, all of these cards up in the market considerably. Actually, we're looking over the last 2 weeks, I should say here. All of these cards in the last 2 weeks up anywhere between 3% and all the way up at 138%. It's actually that Hoops card, the least expensive of them, in PSA 10 that went up the most. 30 days ago, that card was around $24.50. Now it's selling for over $58. That's not a bad jump at all for that card. But from a dollar standpoint, how about the Prism Silver? 30 days ago, you could have bought an Anthony Edwards 2020 Prism Silver in PSA 10 for $597. Today, it will cost you $765 or more. It's been a great month for Anthony Edwards. All right, guys, we've reached that moment in the show where it is time for today's number 1 card of the week. But before I give it to you, let me remind you that all of the charts and graphs from today's episode are from Market Movers. Market Movers is the ultimate way to keep track of the hot sports card market and track your collection. And you can track it all for free. Just go to sportscardinvestor.com and click on Market Movers in the main menu bar, or go to the App Store on your phone right now and search Market Movers and download the Market Movers app to your phone to get started. Okay, guys, you ready for today's number 1 card of the week? We're going back to baseball, and we're going with a teammate of our cold card. Our cold card was Jackson Holliday. The hot card, the number 1 card of the week, is Gunnar Henderson. Unlike Jackson Holliday, Gunnar Henderson is really getting it done for the Orioles. Of course, the Orioles are off to a good start this season, 17-10. And Gunnar Henderson, in his 3rd Major League Baseball season, is really stepping up his game. He's batting .288 so far this season with 9 home runs. A lot of power. 9 home runs, great early season production there, and 6 stolen bases, so he has some wheels as well. It is great to see. As a result of that performance on the diamond, Gunnar Henderson's cards also have been doing a lot of really good things in the secondary sports card market, as you might imagine. Let's take a look here in Market Movers. I'll show you what I'm talking about. These are a bunch of his cards from 2019 and 2023. His 2019 Bowman Draft. Let's look at the refractor version of this card in PSA 10. And we're also going to look at the auto version of that card as well in PSA 10. And then from 2023 Topps Chrome, let's look at the refractor version of his 2023 Topps Chrome in PSA 10. And how about the X-Fractor? Love the X-Fractor design. Always a cool design. We're going to look at that in PSA 10 as well. And then we're going to look at his 2023 Bowman Chrome Sapphire Edition rookie card in PSA 10. All of these cards you can see on the graph over the last 30 days doing big things in the sports card market. All of these cards up anywhere between about 19% and all the way up at 65%. It is that Sapphire Edition from 2023 Bowman Chrome in PSA 10 30 days ago was $46. Today it is $76. So that one's got up 65% over the course of the last 30 days. And that's just one of all of his cards doing well. From a dollar standpoint, of course, it is that auto card from 2019 Bowman Draft that's gone up the most dollars-wise. 30 days ago in PSA 10, you could have bought that card for $525. Today, it will set you back $622. That card's up almost $100 in just 30 days. So it's been a really nice month for Gunnar Henderson and the Baltimore Orioles. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed this show today. Special thanks to Topps for letting us use their stage here at the conference to do the top 5 cards today. This has been a great conference. Stay tuned to Sports Card Investor this week for all kinds of discussion and coverage of all of the news coming out of the conference, and make sure to check out our social channels once again for all of that news. Check out Market Movers and make sure to hit like and subscribe. We'll see you soon with our next video. Thanks for watching. Take care.